Welcome, I'll be reacting to Space 1999, Year 2, Episode 15. This is not a market substitute. Please support the original.
No nearby stars, no space storms, no possible dangers of any kind. All should be well on Alpha.
But it wasn't.
Medical technician Sally Martin has repeatedly failed to complete her store's inventory on schedule.
Ooh. Another troubled spirit? Something is definitely going on. Maybe if you had a pillow, things might be more comfortable. I don't think I could sleep on a bed like that.
Tony, I want a complete dossier on the girl. Get it to me as soon as you can.
Yes, sir.
He definitely needs sleep. He was a bit short with people.
Still getting malfunctions.
Minor bugs, Commander. False signals, ghosts.
Don't feed them after midnight.
The electrical charge is pulsing at a fairly low level. It's too slight to harm anyone.
Okay, John's not the only one being short with people.
I'd just as soon stop now. I'm due back on shift soon. Oh, no. One more. I want to know more about this lucky streak of yours. I want to see how long it goes on. Break it up. No.
Oh, nice one, Tony.
If you can't take losing, don't play. Now get lost.
What a great recreation area, though.
Sally Martin is dead.
Oh, no. But her body was shattered internally.
Yeah.
There was talk that you were getting married. But you split up.
So you picked up with Carolyn where you and Sally left off?
That's still my personal business.
And security on Alpha is my personal business, okay?
Then when she and Mark broke up and he began seeing me, she became furious and moved out of the quarters we'd been sharing.
Those two were roommates and they were seeing the same guy. That sounds like the most awkward situation ever. I can see why Koenig is like, what is going on in my face?
And you're experimenting on something in the labs. A pressure device.
That's right.
You haven't submitted any reports on it yet.
If the harassment's complete, may I go?
You can go, and I think you did it. I used to watch this show called Eureka, and when something like this happened, a lot of pressure going on, and then there was a scientist who happened to be experimenting with it. Generally, there was a connection.
Did something special happen here 3 days ago?
We reopened Section 5.
3/4 of our Eagles are non-operational.
Yeah, I saw that.
Oh dear.
Sabotage?
Could be.
No, you're just the one who's trying to humiliate me with your evil ideas. Why don't you just leave me alone? Well, here's your answer.
One star but atomic booster motor in 100% perfect condition. On the bench, she runs like a dream. In the Eagle, she's dead.
I love that they brought up bench testing here, because so often a device might not function because it's incorrectly installed. And if you don't bench test, it's easy to blame the device and not the installation. The first thing you want to do is remove the device to figure out the cause, which in this situation looks like it really is the Eagle. Something to do with how this is connecting to it. Someone on this show who was a writer did actually know something about engineering, which is fantastic. Oh no. Something is wrong with John. Maya, can you open the doors, please? Yeah, I figured she would take this for him. It's her go-to strength one.
Normally, the human brain swings between alpha waves and beta waves, and sometimes lambda waves are thrown off. Rarely.
That it could be affecting some of our people.
Oh, yes, it could be.
Conduct your experiments.
Yeah, I think starting with you. No, the commander is the one that's clearly showing issues.
I'm supposed to move the ball bearing without touching the box.
That's right.
He might be able to do it, though. He was the one winning earlier. I think it would affect each person differently. He's seeing things.
No.
Other people have telekinesis.
Look, the third group, here's where the results get really exciting. I call them the sensitives. I found 3 of them so far. Carolyn Powell, Carl Retton, and Pete Garforth.
And I think we need to add John Koenig to the list.
I told you part of it.
When he left those people behind, I remember that story.
2 of our crew were on that space station. An advance party. We left them to die with the others. Helena Sam was my best friend. We went through astronaut school together.
Oh, I didn't know that bit.
He and Tessa were going to be married.
Whoever still emits the Lambda variant, even when they're shielded inside this booth, could have something to do with Sally's death.
I still think it's her.
Carolyn, there's something I must say to you.
What is it, Mark?
You're a bit much and I'm breaking up with you?
Something's different about you. I don't know what it is. I'm sorry.
I'll never let you go.
Uh-oh. That's a little scary.
Some sudden burst of energy.
That can't be good. She's going after him next. That's her power. She's like an X-Men. Only Magneto's crowd.
No!
I'm surprised he didn't relieve himself of command, because earlier he was like, I don't know if I'm up for commanding Alpha right now. Maybe he should have told Helena, I think it's time to put Tony in charge temporarily, until I feel better.
Did you think I'd be one of your children?
Thanks, Helena. All right, Carolyn, you come with us.
Of course I'll come with you, Tony.
Yep. You're dealing with a soup here.
You're out of place, Carolyn.
You're at a place, Alan. Your place is in flight control.
Oh no, she can mind control now.
Down on your knees, Mr. Verdeshi.
He needs to confront them.
Face your guilt. Your guilt is creating these ghosts. Face them, John.
I love you. I left you to die. But I had to.
That was intense.
Crawl.
Ugh.
Carolyn, and you more than any of the others. Her ESP potential is very powerful.
Now.
A caterpillar.
No. Please. No. No. Please.
How much air does a caterpillar need, I wonder? We can pass the time by watching Maya die.
She's very, very dangerous, John. She's been perverted. She can take hate.
Yeah, but I would still go get the other 2 people, because 3 against 1 would probably be easier. Maybe he could combine with the other 2, who have a mid-level, I guess you could call it.
You no longer command Moonbase Alpha. Your authority has passed over to me.
We neither fear you nor reject you. You can't harm us, Carolyn. See, there's no hate or fear for you to latch on to.
The poor computers. Psychic off. That's a lot of cleanup for the poor technical team. He defeated her by accepting her.
Move.
Yeah, well, don't fret. It's the same for everyone else. Carl's back to losing games, and Pete can't bend metal strips. Her memory, even her speech. She's like a newborn child. She'll have to grow up all over again.
Well, at least she's not evil anymore.
Back to our unmagical selves.
Now you need a nap. Oh. That was really intriguing. I haven't read a lot about this with the brainwave patterns and the potential for psychic abilities in a long time, but I have read a couple of books on it. As I vaguely recall, people were propounding that certain forms of meditation produced this phenomenon, and whether or not you log it under the magic bucket or if you log it under the scientific possibilities that humans are able to do special extrapolation from data and therefore appear to have abilities that are beyond what other humans are capable of, I think there's some truth to it. But I sometimes wonder, like Helena did at the end, what humanity could achieve if we really sat down and focused on it instead of being caught in this endless cycle of, go to work, come home, cook dinner, go to sleep, go to work, come home, cook dinner, go to sleep. Like, what if people had the time to do a ton of meditation? And there are monks and contemplative orders of nuns who do actually sit down and meditate for long periods of time. And obviously, other religions whose traditions that I'm not as familiar with, I'm sure, have holy people who do basically sit around and try to achieve the greatest self that they can mentally. And I kind of wonder if, as a society, what if we went more towards that direction? What could we become? I don't know. So I think this episode raised a lot of questions. Also, it was just plain fun because we got, as I think I mentioned, kind of an X-Men feel to it, or Inhumans, any of those sort of magical superhero powers where you have the ability to. Wah! And come on, when is that not entertaining? This episode felt like there was a Space 1999 comic book that they then adapted for the screen. I have no problem with that because I love comic books, but I would definitely put it in that genre.